I just need to learn this one skill and then I can progress on my project. A dangerous statement that can lead you into tutorial hell. Here's how I broke free from this cycle and how you can escape in just 48 hours as well. When I flew to Japan a few weeks ago, I had a concrete video idea in mind that I wanted to bring into reality, but it never made it. Why? Because of two realizations. First, it would take me days to research the topic in depth. Time I simply didn't have in that situation. Second, this content would be completely irrelevant to my ideal viewer. Ambitious computer science students with a side hustle. So I killed that idea. The right decision, but what remained was a torturous project void. And then came a thought that ruined basically everything. Because I thought I need to learn vibe coding. For everybody unaware of this term, it is basically letting the AI code your project and you are just the thought leader of the project. And especially when you're prototyping, this can save you a lot of time, which is perfect for my target audience. I thought that if I could learn about vibe coding and create videos about it, it would be relevant for my target audience. But this is just the trigger for this whole cycle. The feeling of not knowing enough to achieve your goal. And with that, I fell into a cycle that cost me the last month and a half. This cycle consists of 3 distinguished phases, starting with phase 1. The learning pause. In this phase, you pause your actual project and reorient yourself. You search for tutorials, work through them, and create demo projects. After a while, you notice that you haven't made any progress on your actual main project. This leads to phase 2. The progress problem, because you suddenly realize this isn't productive. You go back to your project, trying to learn a bit on the side. Now comes the worst part. You notice that you're not making real progress on the project either. You're stuck with the same problems as before you started learning this new skill. The frustration resurfaces and eventually you just give up. This is where phase 3 kicks in. Back to square one. Now you're working on the project full time again, but you're spending hours on the same rudimentary tasks. In that situation, you just feel like a beginner, and this frustration becomes unbearable. You might notice that takes you back into this thought of, I just need to learn this one skill, and the cycle starts over. However, there's one quote that destroys this entire cycle. Do what you can with what you got where you are. Sounds like a calendar quote, but if you apply it correctly, it completely changes your entire approach to your project. Here's what it means for you as a student. What skills did you already acquire? Not what you want to learn, but what you can really do at this moment. When it comes to resources, do you have money for the tools? Do you know any specialists in the field of expertise? Or do you have access to specific hardware? All of these things play a major role for you. And last, your location. What communities exist at your university? What skills do your fellow students have? Where can you get help without having to learn from months first? To make this all a bit more practical, I will just go through these steps with my current situation and skills. On the skills side, I am able to program in C# and develop games with it in Unity. I have basic project management skills. I think I have a sense of what makes a good product. I know how to create professional looking YouTube videos and I can set up professional looking streaming setups. On the resource side, I know tons of creative and technically gifted people from my time at high school. Also, I don't like money, which gives me the freedom to experiment with new technologies, even if they are pricier sometimes. And finally, I have access to the internet. This might sound basic, but it enables so much. I currently live in Vienna, a city with various high quality universities, international companies, and a startup scene. So I have all the opportunities to break into one of these communities and meet new people. How do I use all of this to achieve my goals? In the first step, vibe coding will no longer be the main focus and I will focus more on what I already can do. In the second step, I want to increase the quality of my videos by improving motion graphics and video editing. For this, I reached out to some friends of mine who are either content creators or creating animation movies. I asked them if they know somebody who could potentially help me out or if they can help me out to reach my goals faster. Once you reach out to those people, tell them what you want to do and why you need them, and then sit together and work on that specific goal. I haven't completed the entire journey myself yet, but I've taken the first steps and I'd recommend you to do the same. It only takes a few minutes and maybe needs 2 days. The solution to your challenges are way closer than you might think. Try it out and let me know in 2 or 3 days how it went. With that, much success in achieving your goals, and until next time, bye.